And this whole situation could have been avoided if maybe, just maybe, you had 1 or 2 or 3 blacks on the team. You know, if
maybe.
you just maybe
Even just one. Even if it was a black guy with dreadlocks.
Even if it's a light-skinned guy, even if it was a racially ambiguous light-skinned guy.
Even if he was half black. Damn.
Something.
But they didn't even try.
No, a quadroon even you can take that out. I don't know if that's okay.
I'll take that out.
I don't know. You might have to keep it in because I don't know how many people actually know what a quadroon is at this point.
You know what? That's gonna be how the episode starts. It's gonna be me saying, you know what? I'm gonna take that out. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Of course, it is time for another episode of Rewind with Besa. This time, I have a very, very special guest. His name is JC. He is actually going to be coming into us from Atlanta. And y'all know I have not been to Atlanta yet, so hopefully I can definitely pull up and hang out with him soon. But today's topic is going to be on something that you guys know I find very, very intriguing, which happens to be AI. I don't know why AI is so interesting to me, but who cares? Here we are. So with that being said, I'm going to bring in JC. I'm going to let you guys know a little bit about JC, and then we are going to get into today's topic. Hey, JC.
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing?
We got to be doing mighty fine because, you know, when you act like you're stressed out, that really doesn't do anything but cause wrinkles. We don't need that.
Now, you know black don't crack unless you use it, girl. Come on now.
But where are the lies?
I don't make the rules, man.
Because I have no wrinkles and I ain't got no kids, so we supple over here.
All right.
So real quick, JC, let everybody know about your production company because you do have a production company, and I think it's very important for other Black people to know that we can have our own production companies.
Excuse me. Yes. Okay. So once again, to reinstate, I am your friendly neighborhood Negro, Jay Carrington, aka JC. I have a independent media company called the OVT Network, or the Overthought Network, where we tell Black stories. I created this company, I want to say in 2018, just because I am very passionate about telling Black stories. I believe that Black stories in general, Black people in general, we only get depicted properly in media when we are the person telling stories, when we are the person giving the narrative. So that led me to create the OVT Network. And also, I really got tired of working for other people. So there you go.
You know, it be like that. It really, really do. It really, really do. It's like, you know what? If I'm going to deal with these headaches, let me deal with these headaches and make my own check.
Exactly.
So you guys, like I said, I want to talk about AI. You guys know a couple years ago, not even a couple years ago, I feel like it was last year, I talked to you all about AI. There was one in particular. His name was FN MeKa. And there was another one named Little Michaela. If I can find the clip, I will put it in here where we talked about it. However, check this out, you guys. FN MeKa was recently signed to Capitol Records. Yes, honey, I said that. And within less than 5 days,
I was wondering when you're gonna keep going.
Capitol Records removed his butt. Okay, Capitol Records drops virtual AI rapper FN MeKa after instances surfaced of it saying the N-word and repeating stereotypes. Okay, so here's the tingling with FN MeKa. When I first found out about it, in the back of my head, I just thought, oh, it's an AI, whatever, who cares? Within finding out over time, hashtag about 4 hours ago, FN MeKa was actually, I don't know, coded, if you will, by a team of white people.
Yep.
And then not only did they code FN MeKa by a team of white people. They used a black voice. Now, I will say I would rather them use a black voice than a white voice. However, he sounds a lot like Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? Tekashi 6ix9ine, that Mexican artist that says the N-word everywhere, and he got like arrested for what, racketeering or something like that.
He got arrested for racketeering, and then we found out that he wears lace fronts. It's not even his real hair. So pretty good lace fronts, though. I ain't even go front. Like if you, compare. There's some women that would kill for that. I don't even continue.
But I'm not even gonna front. Once I found out he was wearing lace front, I was like, Tekashi, why is your lace front longer than mine? I have questions. So FN MeKa ended up sounding a lot like Tekashi 6ix9ine, which honestly, I think that's kind of what threw me off in terms of thinking that it was a white person that actually created him. Before we go into the voice, JC, I'm curious about your thoughts about FN MeKa, and let me grab this little picture again, and the way he looks being created by someone white, because now we have Capitol Records dropping him due to the fact that Black people were like, excuse me, you guys didn't even think about this. The only thing you all thought about is this is AI. He's not going to get arrested for the R word. He's not going to get arrested for selling drugs. He's not going to get arrested for anything crazy that he's saying in his lyrics, because if he does get in trouble, we just make a new AI.
Right. It's interesting to me because when you bring up the comparisons between Toyota 6000 and just like, that's what I call Tekashi 6ix9ine, is Toyota 6000, because that's kind of what he looked like to me. So when we talk about Toyota 6000 and we talk about this digital metaversal age that we're in, it kind of brings us to digital blackface, right? Because here we find out later on that what's his name, FN MeKa, is actually voiced by Kyle the Hooligan, right? But the way that they have altered and like pitch shifted and auto corrected or whatever you want to call it, this man's voice, you wouldn't even know it's him.
Sure.
And we're getting to we're gonna play the clip of Kyle actually Mr. Hooligan actually talking about what happened. But like I said, it just really takes me, it really just hits on digital blackface so much. It hits on the popularity of TikTok, right? Of these Black creators, myself included. All right, I got 51,000 followers on TikTok, right? I can't tell you how many times I've been shadow banned, had video silence, and everything for literally telling the truth, right? But it hits on the popularity of TikTok because it's like, here we have these Black creators literally creating content that moves the culture forward. And then you have white people putting on essentially their voices and acting out their mannerisms to kind of like further their own popularity. And it's like, here we go again.
With the look of being Black, because, you know, it goes into that whole quote unquote blackface of Beyonce using those, I want to say it was like 2 Russian models, and then they're always wearing like tanner, and they use like the kinky kind of hair, and then you're watching them in these commercials and you're seeing them on these photo shoots, and you're like, oh, okay, they're racially ambiguous, I don't know what they are, just to find out they're 2 really Russian white girls that are literally tricking the internet. And so rather than using real people to trick the internet, as they've done for so many years with like the Kardashians and everyone else, they're like, I'm just gonna make an AI, leave me alone. And what's crazy about it is we were texting about this. We were like, well, who's the voice? I was like, it sounds like Tekashi 6ix9ine. And you were like,
did a little digging.
Whoa, it's not Tekashi 6ix9ine. Because honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you. I would not have been surprised if it was.
I thought it was. When I look at this ethnically ambiguous, and I don't know if we can use ethnically ambiguous for digital creation, I'm not really sure. But like when I look at this ethnically ambiguous person, I'm like, oh, this is Toyota 6000. But it wasn't until I actually saw the picture of FN MeKa side by side, Mr. Hooligan. I'm like, oh, they took this man's whole everything and created a digital avatar out of it, and then didn't pay him.
And then you know what? Okay. So
I
here's
might
the
got
other
ahead of myself.
tingling.
Sorry.
No, we didn't, because we're gonna jump right into it. So here's the tingling. Like JC said, they literally took his everything and didn't pay him. And not only did they not pay him, they changed his voice. So we're gonna jump into this video that actually lets you guys know who the voice of FN MeKa really is.
What's going on, everybody? This Kyle the Hooligan. So I know y'all probably been hearing about this FN MeKa stuff. People been DMing me, like, and I try to keep it quiet because I was gonna really wait till this shit blew up for real and then like went after them, because basically it was like they came to me with this AI shit and was like, would I want to be the voice of it? And I thought it was gonna be like some collaboration. They promised me equity into the company, percentages, all this stuff. So I'm thinking like, okay, there's about to be some collab, something different for me, so I could do my music and be on some AI stuff with this FN MeKa character. So everything's going good. Next thing I know, it's just ghosted me. Like, use my voice, use my sound, use the culture, and literally just left me high and dry. I ain't get a dime off of nothing. And they got record deals, all this stuff. I wasn't involved with no meetings or none of that, like, which is fucked up. So honestly, like, I'm glad they ass got canceled. Like, that's karma for their ass, because God don't play with me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like,
God don't play about me.
God don't play with me.
God don't play about me. God don't play about me.
And that should be the name of this. It's God don't play about
God don't play about me. Hashtag
remix.
Blackface. Internet version. Because here's the tingling. It's like, you know, when you showed me the website for the company that actually created FN MeKa, and how they only have like one Black girl that works there, and she
is all over. She is the diversity hire. She is like if she's Black and she's a woman, and if she's gay, they got the trifecta. I promise you, they did not have to hire any other Black people or any other colors. It's like, we have our thing. You are the jackpot.
And here's the other thing with that. It drives me bananas that you have these companies that be like, oh, we'll bring in a Black person because we have to.
Right.
Not because they want to.
Right.
Not because they feel that there's a need for it and to give back and to open these. Because they have to, and they have to meet that quota. And then when you have to meet that quota, but you want to be lazy about it, you have these Capitol record moments where you have a racially ambiguous, Black, green-haired, green-eyed, grill-wearing, Tekashi 6ix9ine sounding, Hibachi having in the car AI saying the N-word. And it's being voiced by a Black person, to where when you first sent me the audio from the Black guy with his music, I was like, that doesn't sound
like him at all. Like, it's just like, when I listen to that song, I'm like, I don't know if this is. And then he comes out and he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh.
But then you see the nose.
Right.
And
you side by side, you see like they took this man's whole image and and it goes back to what we were talking about, like offline. Like I said, I live in Atlanta. All right. We got these tech giants coming here because they want to siphon off the culture, right? They want to say they want a piece of that Atlanta influences everything market, you know. Shout out to Bim, shout out to Ian, shout out to Yami, shout out to my guy Tori. You know what I'm saying? They really everybody wants to take from the culture. Everybody in the words of, who was it? Everybody want to be Black, but don't nobody want to be Black. And now we have this here, literally, like, people actually taking from the culture. They didn't pay this man. They didn't let this man know anything.
Didn't even put him in the meetings.
They called him in, had him do work, and then literally ghosted him. Right? And it's just like, I'm tired of it. Like, as a person that helped put together a summer camp for high school Black kids, shout out to NSEG, shout out to Colony 13. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we literally created a program. Like, we had these kids make history, actual history. And it's like, we had to fight tooth and nail to get the money for it. I'm tired. I'm just like, if you're going to come in and you want to use the culture, credit the culture.
Period.
Make sure the culture that influences the thing is out front, and pay me. Pay black people for their work. Like, why is it so
As
hard?
they say in Seattle, pay the fee.
Pay the fee.
Pay the fee.
Pay the fee.
There are so many times where I've been lately turning down endorsements because the amount isn't enough or there's not a payment at all. And I'm like, with all due respect, but really, do you mean that when you say that? No.
But
you have to say it.
Right.
You're not using my black voice for free.
No.
Especially if it's something that is very black driven. You need to pay me to use my black voice because honestly, anybody can voice this. But you know that it looks better if I do it, but yet you don't want to pay me to do it. So you would rather cut the corners because somebody's getting paid. I'm just not.
Right.
I don't need it at that point. You know what I'm saying? And what's messed up in this situation is that dude went in this on good faith, but I feel like this kind of goes into what you were saying earlier. Where's your contract?
Yes.
Did you even read it?
Yes.
Did you even ask to put certain things in it?
Right.
Did you have a lawyer help you out with this so that way your intellectual property, literally the makeup of your face, isn't being stolen? And he literally has his whole facial makeup and his computerized voice because he could go in the studio and he could sound like that.
Right.
Let's not even front. Freaking, first of all, Travis Scott, he's had concerts in the freaking metaverse, but Travis Scott don't sound like that without that mic. Everybody has seen him go viral that one day where he was literally doing a concert and his mic wasn't working and he sounded like a normal black dude.
I actually haven't seen that clip. Now I wanna look it up.
I'll find it for you later.
Okay.
But people were mad confused because his voice was deeper than it usually is, and it wasn't computerized. It's like Kanye West when he doesn't have his mic. Those mics, that auto-tune, that editing, you can literally set your mic to make you sound however you need to sound. So at this particular point, they've taken this guy's swag and his cadence, and they've put a Tekashi 6ix9ine filter on it.
And it just goes,
and they pay him.
And it just goes back to, you know, one of the key things that we drove home in the mic program of the Music and Innovation Camp. One of the key things that we drove home was making sure that these kids had a foundational and fundamental understanding of music business, right? Making sure that your contracts is good, making sure that your splits is good, like making sure that you properly own the things that you create. Like, what is it? Blame It on the Alcohol. That song came out, I don't know how many years ago. It was #1. So how many units? And nobody got paid off that song. And nobody got paid off that song.
First and foremost, we still play that on at least 3 of the 5 radio stations that I'm on.
Ain't nobody got paid off
they're
that
not
song.
making no money on that.
Ain't nobody. I mean, Jamie probably got performance royalties for it, but like,
why are they not making money?
The thing about it is when people create a song, and it's very common in the studio for a person to be like, oh, add that snare. All right, cool, boom. And then, you know, they'll be like, they agree to one thing and say, oh, just give me like 10% of the song, right? Then the song comes out, song blows up, like Blame It on the Alcohol becomes this big thing. And they're like, nah, man, that snare made the track. I need 25%, right? And if everybody cannot agree on an amount, no one gets paid. And people don't understand that, right? That's music business. Right? I can't tell you how many conversations I've had.
Does that like void the contract once everyone can't agree?
The problem is there was no contract made. And so since there was nothing written down and put in black and white, he say, she say. It's all hearsay. And hearsay isn't really admissible in court. So there you go.
So then you try to go to court and you're like, this made it, and the judge is like, well, where's your contract? We don't have a contract, Your Honor. I don't know what to tell you. Get out of my courtroom.
And you know who wins in this? The record company.
Because they're going to get paid no matter what.
Actually, they're going to get paid no matter what. And the money that never makes it to the people that did the work sits in their bank account and accrues interest. And that, my friend, is why record companies are glorified loan sharks. But just a little music history for you guys.
That is on. That's like when you told me that Dr. Umar didn't go to college. And I was like,
Stop calling that man doctor. His name is Umar.
I was going to say, I don't even know if I can call him that anymore.
You can call him Ooh. I'm pretty sure, like whatever from people.
Sunglasses, you your shady ass.
You can call Umar Ooh or whatever you want to call him, but he's not a doctor. Like, we're not doing it. I'm not. Where the school at, Umar? Where the school?
Which school did you walk across the stage of? Where is your tassel and hat?
Not even that. Where's the school that you've been taking money for, that you've been building for the last 10, 15, 20 years? Where the school at? Where the money at? Why you ain't getting nobody back the money? I'm just
somewhere in rubble, probably being ran over by a damn. When it just look like the construction workers are just playing in dirt until people figure out what they want to do with it.
No, you would know, because you would have to actually build the school to have construction workers. That money went to vacations for Umar Johnson and whoever he decided to bring along with him. That's where that money. And
while he likes to pull up late, because he definitely was late when he came to Seattle.
And cheap the shikis. That's where that money went. So
anywho,
fight me.
Guess what, you guys? Portland Hip Hop Week is August 20th through 27th, and Converge Media is proud to be an official partner. Of course, it's your buddy Besa Gordon here, and you already know the Converge team is literally going to head south on I-5 to celebrate hip-hop culture in the Rose City. Portland Hip Hop Week is literally jam-packed with dope events, including the Hip Hop Skate Party, hosted by DJ OG1, Hip Hop Wine and Chill at the Abbey Creek Winery. There's also a DJ workshop hosted by Grand Wizard Theodore, and let's not forget Portland Hip Hop Week's biggest night, the 2022 Star Wars, and this year they're celebrating women in hip hop. You can get more information by visiting pdxhiphopweek.com, and of course you can head over to my blog at jammin1075.com. Just search Besa.
Where are the lies though? So when it really comes down to this whole FN MeKa kind of situation, do you feel like AI, if they do it right, child, is the future of music? Because you got rappers like Young Thug and Gunna and
shout out Meg Thee Stallion. She was the first woman artist to do that. Like, shout out to her.
She be having drama too, child.
Yeah.
But my whole tingling is, if you sign an AI rapper, right? The only person that you're paying is the person that created the AI, because obviously old dude ain't getting no money.
Right.
So when you end up putting all your money into these artists, millions and millions, and then they kill someone, they get an abuse charge, they get locked up, and now they can't tour.
Nope.
Or they get pregnant, they get sick, they get tired, they need Doja Cat. She had to pull out of her freaking tour with The Weeknd because she had surgery on her throat. All these little humanistic things, they break their ankle. You don't have to worry about that with AI.
Right.
With AI, Travis Scott has already done a freaking concert in the metaverse.
Right.
Among other artists.
And so the thing about that is, it goes back to contracts, IP ownership, right? Because I would love to see Travis Scott's contract for that, because the thing that people are not realizing, that me, my business partners, my homies, we're all in the tech space, so we all have these conversations. Them more than me. I mean, like, my God, they can talk to you in zeros and ones. I'm just like, okay, so space, enter, command, alt, delete. All right, but like, we have exactly. So we have these conversations around ownership of IP, because it's like, while Travis Scott got paid for the performance, I wonder if Travis Scott put in his contract that avatar that was created is his likeness, and that he needs to be paid to use it in perpetuity, right? Because the thing about artistic license and all of these things is, whoever created this avatar for Travis and whoever put together this performance now has Travis's likeness. And so now the question, because 5 or 10 years down the road, if this company wants to use that song, that performance, but change up the digital venue, maybe change up a few of the steps, and maybe cut out the words, is that still Travis Scott? Or is that now an artistic rendition where I don't got to pay you nothing? right? I wonder if people aren't thinking about it in this way. And it's like, it's scary to me because it's like, as Black people, the music industry literally started because a white guy heard a Black enslaved man cleaning a horse singing a song. He decided to record it, and boom, that's how it started. So I'm like, here we are yet again in this cycle of perpetual pump and dump, use and lose. Just, you know, Black people are property and not people. So anything that they do is inherently property of the owner. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of,
it's up for grabs.
Yeah, and
because that's basically what they did with the Kyle guy. They took his voice, they altered it, obviously kept his swag and whatever his cadence
and his likeness,
and his nose and his likeness, but gave him no ownership in that. He wasn't a part of the meetings. He doesn't have a deal with Capitol Records. His avatar does.
Right.
And at that point, your avatar has this.
Right. So avatar ain't got it no more. Let's be clear.
The white man is literally making the money off of this avatar that is saying the N-word, which takes us back to that digital blackface without you actually having to be the physical person creating or doing the blackface and painting yourself Black and saying the N-word and, you know, putting in the grills and doing what you depict Black people to be. You just create it and have a Black person voice it.
And let's be clear, the company that created this artificial intelligence, FN MeKa, is called Offbeat. They're based here in Atlanta. All of the founders are white. The marketing company that is also a part of this company, or one of the founders was also completely lily white. Here we are again, talking about these people in Atlanta taken from the culture and not contributing to it, not paying the people in it, but wanting to use literally want to be succubi and suck.
Literally taking every little drip and drop, even if it comes out of the bubble that they can get, while giving you nothing. Like the fact that they contacted him and told him about this whole AI, but then at the same time, and I want to know your thoughts about this, can I really be mad at the creators of the AI if the Black artist didn't make sure that everything was properly set in place for him? Like, I understand his frustration, but at a certain point in this year and age, you didn't think to get a proper attorney, to make you knew this was probably going to go somewhere, and you didn't even think to protect yourself. And maybe he did, but if he did, he wouldn't be on the internet blasting them, because he just would have gone to his lawyer, and his lawyer would have been like, run my client their check. So at that point, it's like, yeah, this is jacked up. Yes, this is like digital blackface, but at the same time, we gotta protect ourselves.
Right.
Or at least ask somebody. It's almost like that thing of where people are like, oh, I'm not going to tell any of my friends because I just want to, I want to like boss up on them and I want to be able to stun them. But you not saying anything potentially is what really lost you this bag.
Exactly.
So it's like, depending on if he does have a contract or if he doesn't have a contract, he might try to go to court and the judge is like, well, what do you want me to do?
Exactly.
Let this be your lesson. And that's a jacked up lesson to learn.
It's someone once said to me, there are two lessons that you never forget: lessons that hurt and lessons that cost you money, lessons that hurt the pockets.
And this is a double whammy with maybe a third.
Double whammy.
Just because.
Guess what, you guys? Portland Hip Hop Week is August 20th through 27th, and Converge Media is proud to be an official partner. Of course, it's your buddy Besa Gordon here, and you already know the Converge team is literally going to head south on I-5 to celebrate hip-hop culture in the Rose City. Portland Hip Hop Week is literally jam-packed with dope events, including the Hip Hop Skate Party, hosted by DJ OG1, Hip Hop Wine and Chill at the Abbey Creek Winery. There's also a DJ workshop hosted by Grand Wizard Theodore, and let's not forget Portland Hip Hop Week's biggest night, the 2022 Star Wars. And this year, they're celebrating women in hip hop. You can get more information by visiting pdxhiphopweek.com. And of course, you can head over to my blog at jammin1075.com. Just search Besa.
But, and also, since we're on the topic of this, I want to give a shout out to a brother named Ill Formative. He is a bliggity black African American. Well, I don't know if he's African American. Let me not say that, but I know he's black, and he creates these beautiful AI metaversal black visages. You know, and it literally says KOW, aka Ill Formative 3D visual artist and producer, bringing melanin to the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a shout out to him on Instagram. Hopefully we can link to him and stuff. I just want to give, because there are a lot of black people that are actually doing this work. And this whole situation could have been avoided if maybe, just maybe, you had 1 or 2 or 3 blacks on the team. You know, if
maybe.
even
just one. Even if it was a black guy with dreadlocks.
Even if it was a white-skinned guy, even if it was a racially ambiguous light-skinned guy.
Even if he was half black. Damn.
Something.
But they didn't even try.
No, a quadroon even. Even you can take that out. I don't know if that's okay.
I'm gonna take that out.
I don't know. You might have to keep it in because I don't know how many people actually know what a quadroon is at this point.
You know what? That's gonna be how the episode starts. It's gonna be me saying, you know what? I'm gonna take that out. Okay, so final words on this whole MF MeKa type of situation.
MF MeKa instead of FN MeKa. I like it. MF MeKa.
You know, I'm dyslexic, so that's how I'm
that MF MeKa.
But you know what? I kind of like MF.
It works. It works.
Because I like that.
Because I like saying Tokyo 7500. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, y'all know what I'm talking. Y'all know what
everybody has nicknames.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Shout out to Toyo the 6000. He's still alive. Anyway. What
is your thought for the future with these AI artists? Because we talked about this earlier, there's a very, very fine percent of people that do coding that are black, whether you're African or African American, just somewhere in the black. There's on not the a spectrum, lot of us. Right? Yeah. At least in America, there's not a lot of us. Exactly. So what do you think is going to happen? Because honestly, I really feel like FN MeKa was a test to see how far they can get with
Absolutely.
And, you know, everything is nothing but predictive programming. Like we've all seen Black Mirror. At least I hope you guys have seen Black Mirror. I've told you guys about Black Mirror. Let me know if I need to refresh your memory on why you need to watch Black Mirror, because there's a lot of things happening that have happened in Black Mirror since I last talked about it, including things of this nature. But with things like that happening, what do you really think will be the future of music? Because you got all these artists getting locked up. Even Fetty Wap is facing either 5 years or 47 years, depending on if they want to throw the book at him or not.
Which one was Fetty Wap? He was the one with the eye, right? Okay, cool.
I'm mad at us for doing
without the eye. Excuse me.
But we know what we were talking about, and everybody else knows what we're talking about. I mean, it is what it is. He's missing an eyeball. It's not being rude. It's not there. I'm just saying. And he purposely took out the fake version. Yeah. So he's facing 5 to 40 years for slanging coke. Okay. You got Young Thug facing
legal charges. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Gunna. You got all those artists over in, I want to say, Jackson, Mississippi, the ones that was redoing all those songs, talking about who I smoke and talking about all their. You got all these. I'll send you the link later, child.
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. It was literally a viral TikTok trend, and I talked about this recently on the Rewind with Besa, where it almost like, where's Corbin? And it's like such and such got shot, got popped, and like they would say someone's name. These are real people that were killed, allegedly by them. And then they say Corbin got kidnapped. They found his bones in the forest or something like that. And then they're like, where's Corbin? And then when I saw it, I was like, where's Corbin? Corbin is a real person that really got kidnapped, and they really did find his bones years later.
Okay, let me just go off on a very short tangent. I had
Let me give you full screen.
during thank you, say let me give you full screen. Okay, so during our summer camp, some kids, took some photos with some stuff, money, firearms, so on and so forth. And so I asked them, I said, why are you on your public social media with money and weapons? Like, do you not understand how laws work? Do you not understand that the hip hop police are a real thing? Do you not, like, please help me to understand, because when I was growing up, it was real G's move in silence like lasagna. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to figure out, like, what this generation puts everything on the internet. And I don't understand it. Especially when it has been proven time and time and again that these white folk in courts will pull out your lyrics and use them against you. Right. So I'm trying to figure out why you make a TikTok. TikTok has like 2 billion users, bro. Why? Literally, like what? Damn near a third of Earth's population uses this. Why are you doing that? What's the why? Why? How? How you putting your murders on TikTok? How? That's all.
Not only on TikTok, in the music. And if you type in the music videos on YouTube, millions of views. 2 million, 8 million.
When I was talking Instagram, last thing you wanted was your picture snap. Like, I mean, and I'm not even a Jay-Z fan. I'm just being like, yo, this is okay. Sorry.
Even and with the Corbin thing, I was wrong. I said it wrong. They said Corbin got kidnapped. They found his bones. He was rotten.
So now you're giving out information in a song that wasn't publicly released. So now you are automatically okay.
So then, nobody knew where Corbin was, or, the average person didn't really know much about Corbin. I'm going to add that clip in here somewhere in case I didn't already add it. Okay. But with that, the news ended up going to Corbin's mom and talking with her to see how she felt about it, because it was a viral TikTok trend because it went with the song. And the trend that went with the song was, when you're a girl and you think you want to date a hood rapper and you finally go to the studio with him and you hear what he's rapping about and you're like, yeah, such and such got shot, blah, 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 got popped. And then it's like, where's Corbin? Oh, let me get up out of here. Wow. Because the song was so violent. And you was like, wait, this sounds, you know what I'm saying? And turns out every single person that they mentioned was someone that was actually killed at some point. Same with the song Who I Smoke. They took that one, I think her name was like Vanessa McCarty, the song that's like,
yeah.
So they took that.
Right down the block, who got popped. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Real people. All real people. Now, I cannot confirm if those are real people that they personally did, but I'm going to send you the video that I watched that allowed me to connect all these dots, where he connects it to each artist that's on there. And it's called, I forgot, drill rap? I want to say is what it's called, where they basically rap, basically rap about their crimes.
Yes, drill.
And so, this guy on YouTube, he talks about different rappers in different cities and how they talk in like how they're beefing. And then in that particular one, he was talking about the Mississippi artists. And I didn't realize that those Mississippi artists were the ones that made that song about Corbin. So then I had to go back on TikTok and I was like, I know you lying. And I found it. And then people were like, so this is who Corbin is. And then they would show the news talking about how they couldn't find him.
Wow.
Like, but to circle this all the way back around, you work with an AI, you don't have those problems.
I see what you did there. That was brilliant. I like that. That was amazing.
Because now the labels are losing money. You know, if they get locked up,
right.
If somehow, you know, they find a way to connect these artists to things the way they're trying to do with Young Thug and Gunna with their lyrics. Now these labels are losing all this money. They're not losing no money by working with a goddamn AI.
Right. Because if FN MeKa smokes Sonic the Hedgehog, he can just respond. Like, you know, it's not a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Corbin can't respond. Corbin did. And wow. All right.
So that's why I honestly think that Capitol Records is doing this test, because these labels are now losing money on some of their biggest hip hop artists that are getting locked up, getting arrested, or doing things like Travis Scott, where they have to cancel all of their freaking festivals because they're causing riots. You don't have these problems with AI. Where's the riot going to be? In the metaverse? You know?
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
All right.
This was a really good topic.
You really just brought it home. I didn't see that coming. Like, you good.
You know, I've been doing this for about 12 years.
You be doing it.
I know how to do my Opal thing, Thizzle, and bring it all
over. You be doing your job.
Real quick, JC, for those that don't know, JC is actually going to be on Rewind with Besa every Wednesday and Friday from now on. So let everybody know where they can find you and what they get from you if they follow you on social media.
Sure. So across all social media platforms, the OVT Network. You can follow me on the YouTube, the Snaps, the tweets, the Instas, you know, the Gram, all of that, same thing. If you follow me, you get thought-provoking content. My latest video that's actually causing a bit of a stir is not the threesome video, which is interesting in and of, but I did a video called The Gay Agenda versus the Straight Agenda, so you guys can check that out. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's where you can follow me, at the OVT Network.
And of course, you guys already know you can keep up with me on everything Besa Gordon. Shoot, until I get back tomorrow, definitely put your thoughts below on what you guys is going to think will happen the next couple of years with this whole AI situation. Because I told you guys about this a year ago, and look at where we're at now. And when we first talked about it, he was just making mesmerizing TikToks, and now he has freaking deals to where he would be continuing to do music with rappers like Gunna, who was now locked up because they actually have a song together. And the song is climbing the Billboard charts, from what I heard.
It's not. Can I just say that I didn't know who Gunna was until Rihanna dressed up for him as Halloween, and I feel like
a lot of people didn't.
And I still actually had to ask who Rihanna was dressed up as. Like, I seen the picture and I was like, "Who's this guy?"
No, period. A lot of people still don't know who that kid is until I feel like this case. Like, he's one of those artists where he has dope music, but he's kind of was like
debatable.
Yeah, and he was like thrusted in at the same time of Little Baby and Dub Baby and
too many children.
It's just too many kids running around. And you got a Gunna.
Too many children. Like, I can't.
It's
a Little Baby, Dub Baby, somebody else's baby, abort the baby. I'm just like, I'm done right now.
And then you got AIs. It's just a lot happening.
That's a lot.
So with that being said, you guys already know what to do. Make sure that you have an amazing rest of your day, okay? Drop your thoughts in the comments about these AIs. And if you know of any other AIs that you want me to look into, let me know. If you have any topics that you want for JC and I to talk about, drop that in the comment section below. So of course, until I see y'all tomorrow, you already know what to do. Make sure you have an amazing day and keep your energy high.
And let me just say that I have background envy because all I got is plants, but you got this beautiful view of whatever city that you're in.
Child, I don't have this when I go back home.
Why are you talking about the past? What I'm talking about is right now. I would like it. I would like those things. That's all. That's all I got.
I am done with you. I'm playing the outro. 1 second.